Salutations, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas. And today, I have to talk about these Indianapolis Colts. Man, these Indianapolis Colts started so hot. Now they're 8-7, and they're probably going to miss the playoffs. But we still have a couple games left, so let's talk about this game. We lose at home, Monday Night Football, 48-27. The defense, this game is defense. The Indianapolis defense couldn't guard a soul out there, and I don't know what else to say. Phillip Rivers dealt. He dealt what he could. He quite literally was doing all he could to push the ball downfield as best as he could for his age and for his arm strength. And he scored us 27 points. We hold a team to under 20 points, and we just need to score at least 20 points to win. And we couldn't hold San Francisco to anything. I heard this was the first time the Colts ever played a game where their defense surrendered 0 punts to the opposing team. And the last time they did that was like 2007 or whatnot, or I don't even know. I think it might be longer than that. But oh man, this defense was just non-existent. And my favorite wide receiver went off. 2 tutty from Phillip Rivers. Josh Downs went off in this game. You know, the type of play you get from Phillip Rivers, it's hard to run the ball effectively. So you sort of have to lean in that passing game because he can only do so much out the gun. And we did what we could against this San Francisco team. If this was a game that the Colts were going to lose in this stretch of games or win, this was the game that they needed to win, because this was the most vulnerable team at 11-4 still. So if these Colts are able to pull out two more wins for the rest of the season, they have a chance. But we need the Texans to lose to the Chargers. So I'm going to be a Chargers fan this weekend. Oh my goodness. Let's look at these statistics here. San Francisco 49ers had 440 yards of offense. Holy moly. 6.7 yards per play. 66 plays, 28 first downs to the Colts' 19 first downs. They were efficient in basically every phase. Time of possession, 33 minutes, 26 minutes from the Colts. 295 yards passing to Indy's 277 yards passing, but the rushing, 145 yards rushing to Indy's 58 yards rushing. We couldn't really get the ball going on the ground at all because of the style of offense that we're running. And San Francisco, Brock Purdy was lighting it up. 295 yards, 5 TDs, 1 INT, garbage time INT. Riley Leonard got in the game because we were getting busted down so bad. And it's just like, this Colts team was on fire, and they're all going down here. We expected this stretch of games to be this bad, but everything is falling apart. DeForest Buckner was in this game, but he didn't really have any effect on the rest of his defense. We just got carved up. Christian McCaffrey went off. Put him against any of our linebackers, and they're getting cooked. They're just getting cooked. George Kittle went off. Man, even these receivers ate. We have Jalen Jones, Blackman, and this other guy, Wilson, or not Wilson. I don't even know his name. But we got some guys that I barely even know their names out there on defense, just trying to do something. Just trying to do something out there. And we didn't really get it done at all. It was sort of embarrassing out there. And man, Cameron Mitchell, that's who I was trying to think of. So the Jaguars are going to be red hot. The Texans are red hot, and the Colts are just trending down. This is going to be the end of our season. We've seen so many late game or late season collapses from the Colts from now on. It's like poetry. We ran out of luck when luck left. All of our luck's gone. We go all in Daniel Jones. As desperate as that may seem, it was looking good. But things started to sort of fall apart before Daniel Jones got hurt. The offense had to change a little bit because Daniel Jones couldn't move. And once we get a statue quarterback, the dual threat of JT and stuff, it just goes away. So, but it's not really about our offense this week. I don't know how sustainable this offense is going to be against some of the top defenses in the league. And San Francisco's defense was supposed to play how our defense played. And our defense was supposed to play like one of the better defenses in this game, because we held San Francisco, held the Seattle Seahawks to 0 scores, 0 touchdowns. They kick field goals, but 0 tutties. And we just somehow man, it was the Mitch match, the Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is a fine quarterback. He is underrated. Criminally underrated quarterback. He was dealing. His chemistry with his skill position players they were just working. It was poetic. It was poetry. And Phillip Rivers at the line making checks. Field general out there dealing, dishing, yapping at the line. It was so fun to watch. It was such a fun game. If only the Colts defense could make a couple more stops, and we would have had ourselves one of the games of all time. But nevertheless, the Colts drop another one, and it's like clockwork with these Indianapolis Colts. We just can't win a meaningful game. Defenses collapses at the wrong times. It's just when you need the Colts to lock in, they don't. And when we think the Colts are locking in, they just aren't locked in. It's just crazy. It's crazy. But the playoffs, we just need to win a game right now. Lord have mercy, man. We got these Jags. We saw what the Jags did to us. We lost our starting quarterback, so maybe it's going to be a bit different. But Ryu Leonard jumped in, and being a quarterback they didn't really scheme for, he did what he could. He made some pretty nice throws and made some really good decisions on his feet and through the air. But Phillip Rivers is probably going to give you a better shot against these experienced and well-refined defenses and breaking them down and whatnot. And we can live with Phillip Rivers making a mistake because he's going to give you he's going to, again, give you the higher medium. But Anthony Richardson, I think I've come to the conclusion that Anthony Richardson probably won't even ever see the field for the Colts again because he's just not what the Colts need right now. The Colts don't need it unless we completely rebuild our team, which I don't think we're going to do over the offseason if we miss the playoffs and whatnot, because we have no first-round picks for the next, 2 years because Sauce Gardner got, man, everything we've invested in just got destroyed. And outside of Cameron Bynum, who else did we bring in? Mooney Ward got demolished. Our draft picks got demolished. Besides, Tyler Warren. And, our stars went down. All of our stars, key players, went down. Man, I don't think Anthony Richardson, he's not going to be healthy enough to play in this season, and he's definitely not going to play if we make it to the playoffs. Ryu Leonard was probably going to be our starting quarterback or backup quarterback. I don't know. Anthony Richardson is probably not going to be a Colt anymore because if we retain this team, maybe throw out a couple pieces, Anthony Richardson included. I don't know. And I've heard a lot of talks about Michael Pittman Jr. and he's not really even the wide receiver one anymore. AP, my AP, my guy, my big play guy. And oh man, there's going to be some interesting decisions this offseason. And for another offseason, we don't know who the Colts quarterback is going to be. So the cycle just continues with the Colts fans, and it's just gut wrenching. We can't have any type of consistency due to freak accidents, retirements, unretirements, Phillip Rivers. Man, are we just going to get another system quarterback here, or are we going to run it with Daniel Jones and his Achilles? I think if Daniel Jones can get healthy enough where he's at least a statue quarterback, we're going to run with Daniel Jones. I don't know how quick and fast he's going to be once he's coming out that Achilles, because that Achilles is no joke. And shoot, I think he should be all right. If he's able to recover well, we're going to keep Daniel Jones as our starting quarterback, and we're probably going to run with him for another year with a couple new receivers. Alec Pierce is going to be with us. JT is going to be with us. Josh Downs should be with us. But Michael Pittman Jr., man, we probably see him. On the defensive side, man, we could throw essentially our whole D-line out or something. I don't know if we want to do that because it all starts in the trenches, man. But the secondary group, Sauce Gardner is probably going to come back. I don't know what Mooney Ward's going to do. He might shoot. If we can get Mooney Ward and Sauce back for another year, man. But Nick Cross, man, I like me some Nick Cross. Nick Cross and Cameron Bynum, man, I like them. Blackman is all right. Jalen Jones is, these are just mid-tier guys who just isn't really going to tip the scale of a game. And shoot, they got demolished. That defense was just not good at all. Our linebackers, are going to get exploited because they're there for big body for the run game, so they're not going to cover anything. And they weren't covering anything. We we're going to need to heavily invest in this linebacker group for the Colts because the game is changing, and we've had a good run defense. Man, our run defense. The San Francisco wasn't supposed to be able to run like that on us, and they sure enough did. So it's like, oh my goodness. But yeah, that's about it. Go Colts. This is our team. I bleed blue. Whether win or lose, I love them. Whatever. Let's go Chargers this weekend, and Colts need a win. They need to handle business.